Welcome to that 90s Premier League podcast. Woody, we're back. Boys are back in town.
We are, mate. How you doing?
Good. How are you, mate?
Yeah, loving a bit of Thin Lizzy to start the pod.
Yeah. Psyched.
Let's can we talk about last week for a second? Because I think you and I are still on a high, aren't we?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Would you say, dearest Jonesy, that this is the finest work we've completed as a pod duo?
I was very proud of that. I think it was a great episode. Had a lot of great feedback, haven't we? Yeah. That could have been like a 5-hour pod.
Yeah, we could have done a Le Mans.
I was quite happy to sit and just listen to John talk.
Yeah. I listened to it back because obviously when I sometimes watch the pod on YouTube, but I listen to it on Spotify in my car, and my journey just went like I did not even focus. I was just completely in the zone, really enjoying that, and I think
like
it was beautiful.
Like on a magic carpet ride, eh? Just like,
yeah. So thanks again, John, if you're listening, and thank you to everybody that's put comments. By the way, we've seen some cracking comments.
Yeah, absolutely, and I love that. Like, there's people who've discovered John. I mean, we've been fans of John for years, haven't we? But people are going out and buying True Colours and things like that, aren't they? So,
well, I spoke to Gaz in the week, our in-house Norwich City fan.
Yeah.
And he has bought the True Colours book off the back of the pod. So, yeah, we're working wonders, mate.
Here's the thing. So here's the thing, right? The international one, I was looking for it. $168.
Whew.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
Have you got to fly and collect it, or? That's a bit worrying.
Yeah. That was Amazon, and then eBay as well. So cheap fine prices out there, yeah. And I'm trying to get True Colours too as well, but I can't find it anywhere.
Well, I had mine delivered.
Oh,
there you go.
You're lucky. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I sent you a picture in the week, didn't I? But after the pod, I became so obsessed with this episode and the book. I went on eBay and I found it, and it was the last one at World of Books, right? And it come through, and I have literally been reading it pretty much every day since. Just some of the kits in this.
So I've seen it on World of Books. It was on eBay, but obviously at World of Books. So for me, the book is $28, postage $38.
Oh, it makes me feel sick. I paid £11 for that. All in.
Yeah.
All in.
Fine. That's all right. But yeah, thanks once again, John. We had a blast, and definitely need to get him back on, don't we?
We do, mate. But today's a new day. It's a new episode. What are we talking about on this fine podcast, Jonesy?
We're going to have a yarn about football stadiums, mate.
Hey! Football grounds.
Football grounds. Just to chat about our memories. And I don't know if it's like before we recorded, I don't think it's going to be our top stadiums of all time, but I think it's just ones we have memories of and just can talk, have a chat about.
Do you know what? I've been very fortunate to go around a lot of brilliant football stadiums. I would probably say that there are a few that I wish I had the chance to go and see a game at. And I think today is a bit of nostalgia. It's a bit of, reminiscing, but also it's a bit of like we missed out. Because there are some stadiums I've seen footage of or images of, and I look at it and I think, you look old, but you are beautiful.
See, I have massive regrets. So I moved to Australia when I was 17. So didn't get a chance to go around the grounds. But
no, you didn't, mate. but the whole point of today's episode. You caught me off guard there. The whole point of today's episode is to, take you down memory lane, guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there isn't a stadium called Memory Lane, but if there was, that would be perfect.
What's the stadium name? That would be.
Yeah. Memory Lane.
Yeah, Memory Lane. And I think it'd be good as well, after the pod, in the Spotify comments, Apple comments, if you can put your favorite
Yeah,
favorite stadiums down as well.
yeah.
Love to hear what people's memories.
Do you know what would
Yeah.
be even better as well, Jonesy? So please comment. But if you want to DM us, if you've got pictures of 90s
Ooh.
nostalgic moments of you at a stadium, or like any memory of where you were when this happened, because we've all been there, regardless of if it's on telly or at a stand, whatever. There's got to
Yeah.
be something prolific in your memory that you can relate to that stadium.
Yes.
So how is this format going to work,
Yes.
Jonesy?
Yeah. I think we're just going to go through. I picked five. You picked five.
Yeah,
Um, Obviously, I shared my list because I don't want to
yeah,
double up.
no
And he's like, "What the
surprises.
hell? What the hell you got these stadiums on?"
Yeah,
Shocked you, didn't it,
no,
mate?
you did. You really did.
Where's Ewood
Um,
Park? Where's Anfield? Don't make the list.
well, I think, did we try and, I can't remember your list much now, but did we try and go for stadiums that no longer exist?
Yes, actually, all mine. Oh, my one of mine does exist. Out of
One of mine
yours,
does. One of mine does.
yeah, one of yours does as well. Yeah, there you go.
But we could
Um,
go again, we could go on all day about football stadiums. But if you're
yeah,
listening and your club stadium's not picked and you've gone, Woody, Jonesy, what are you talking about? Why is this stadium not included? Tell us.
tell us.
Yeah.
Yep,
Don't be a
excellent.
silent hero. Send it
No,
in.
no. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one because, like you had, like the kit ones, I think you said last week, how you used to draw kits. You
Yes.
know, when you were a young lad. Well, I used to
Yeah.
draw stadiums. I was obsessed with stadiums.
Look at you
Yeah,
architect.
so I had
You
those
didn't do
stadiums.
measurements and stuff, did you?
No.
Distance to the car park,
Had the tape
price
measure.
of hot dogs.
Yeah. What's this going to be the correct route to the nearest train station? No, I didn't go that far, but
Jonesy's travel.
yeah. But like the stadium books,
Yeah.
you remember all these on. You've got some stadium. This
Yeah.
isn't on League One. I've got the
Yeah.
Premier League ones, but I used to be obsessed with how they
Yeah.
used to be. Yeah. Um. So yeah,
Well,
you still love a stadium.
it is beautiful, isn't it? And do you know what?
It
When I
is.
used to play Sabutio, or if you had the Corinthians Big Ed like set that you could play
Yeah.
the game with, because you could. I used to build stands out of Lego. So we had little
Oh,
corner stands and
creative.
stuff. Because do you know what? For any of you Sabutio fanatics, if you ever played it on the floor and you hit it too hard and it went under your sofa, there was nothing worse than trying to hook a mite of
But when you
football
used to
from
make
under your mum's sofa.
but when you used to make the stands, were they all the same color or like mixed bricks?
Yeah, that's the problem. They were
Yeah.
mixed bricks, so it did look a
Yeah.
little bit futuristic, but you couldn't get like an all red like Old Trafford. But
Ah.
we tried to recreate stuff, and at times you'd try and
Mhm.
put like a little clock at the top, or
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, stadiums
Alright.
make the world go round, don't they? I don't think 90s football would be the same, would it, Jamesy?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Cool. It's been a while since a stat, mate. Have you got a stat of the week?
Yeah, I do, Jamesy. Hit that music.
Dep- I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, I gotta find it, mate. It's been a while. There you
Hot
go.
off the
Welcome,
press.
welcome back to stat of the week.
Welcome back. I haven't had any complaints that Stat of the Week hasn't come back, so maybe you don't want one.
It might be with holding that
Anyway.
90s back page, mate. I think that's a
Oh, no.
seems
I
a
want that back. I do want Hold the 90s back
yeah. I was
page.
thinking about that the other day. I was just like, yeah, maybe I'll bring it back next week. Ooh, who knows? All right,
So,
cool stat. What we got?
Stat of the Week. The oldest football stadium in the UK. Obviously, it's known within football shirt collectors and football fans in general that opening in 1860 is Sandygate Road, which is Hallam FC, officially recognised as the oldest football ground in the world. So, guys, Hallam is Sheffield based, so that's incredible to start with. The oldest football stadium in the UK as well is also, sorry to say this, Wednesdayites, but it's Bramall Lane.
Boo.
Opening in 1855, the first football match was held there in 1862. Amongst
Wow.
others, you have Field Mill from Mansfield Town, which was in 1861. Jonesy, your neck of the woods, the racecourse ground for Wrexham, which was in
Yeah,
use
of
since
course.
1864, which is incredible.
Wowza.
And Deepdale, which is the oldest continuously used professional ground since 1878.
Wow.
UK.
There you
So
go.
that's stat of the week, mate. Bit of stadium
Yeah.
knowledge.
Excellent. Enjoyed that one.
Thanks,
Welcome
mate.
back.
Thank
Right.
you.
Cool. All right. Let's get on to this.
Oh,
Go.
what a
Here we go.
start.
What a start.
What
All right. I
a
thought
start.
so mine are going to be mixed. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we hit the brief, but I didn't know if we were doing Premier League stadiums or just stadiums, but that's all right.
It's
Whatever
fine.
makes the world go around, eh?
Mate, they would have hosted an FA Cup game, a Coca-Cola Cup game, so don't worry.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to start with the Dell.
Yeah.
So I'm starting Premier League. So the
Yeah.
Dell first opened in 1898. Jeez. Good memories of, see, Matt Letizia. You know, it's a highlight reel. You can go on YouTube, put Matt Letizia on there. You get
Yeah.
the highlight reel, just hit his goals.
Yeah.
My favourite one was the Newcastle when he scored 2. Only
Oh,
because, like, I've brought it up before when they had
dirty.
when it had the Street Fighter 2 Sega background on the back.
Oh,
the
yes. Look at
advertising boards.
that.
Yes. And that always kind of just like in my memory, even today. Street Fighter 2. Think of the Dell, Matt Letizia, popping
Mhm.
2 in,
Yeah.
getting past Barry Venison.
Yeah.
Um,
Beautiful.
yeah, and another one as well. I mean, it was so small, the stadium, as you can see. Like, remembering that Mark Hughes Phantom goal. Remember that one from 1999? Remember the Mark Hughes?
No, I don't.
No, I'll
No.
play it. All right, I've got the video here.
That wasn't staged, by the way, guys. I genuinely
No.
don't know.
Letizier's kick to Hughes, who is claiming the goal. I have to say my initial reaction was that had gone in, and I think it was a reaction shared by Mark Hughes. The distance between the goal line and the advertising hoardings here at the Dell is very narrow, and it's quite possible that the ball went into the net, took the net with it, hit the advertising hoarding and pinged straight back out again.
All right, I'm
You
so
remember that?
glad you showed. Yeah, I'm so glad you showed that now because one of my comments was that
Yeah.
it was literally like the goal net was so thin at the back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The ball would come like back out to the halfway line if you hit it hard
Yeah.
enough.
I remember watching that on Match of the Day. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
Hughes hit it so hard, it just
yeah,
back
yeah.
out.
I
And
mean,
it's just,
if you want to be like as a football fan, you want to be as close to the action as possible, right?
yeah.
Stadiums nowadays, you're miles away from it at times, and they focus on capacity more than atmosphere, right? You think about the Dell, you are literally on the pitch, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
it's almost like a sports hall of a football ground where you play rebounds off the wall.
Yeah. And I found that article for that as well. So it's just like, on the face of it, this was an unremarkable 3-0 win at the Dell for Leeds. But one thing that really made this game stand out, Mark Hughes struck a shot so fiercely that it hit the advertising hoardings directly behind the goals and bounced out. He had to hit the ball so hard that everyone failed to see it cross the line. I say everyone. The ref and the linesman missed it, but the rest of the world had seen a perfectly decent goal not given.
So that was not given.
No.
Is that
No,
the
it
Michael
wasn't.
Bridges hat trick then, that one?
It could be, yeah. I think
Oh
it's
my
score, yeah.
God.
But
Yeah,
you'd be pissed off, wouldn't you?
you would. And also though, you can understand now, because I remember at the time the famous Man United away game at the Dell
Yeah, that's
with
another one as
obviously
well.
the grey kit, right?
Yeah.
You can understand now how difficult that probably would have been for the players, because if you look at how close the fans are, the colours and everything are distracting. At the time, like as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, Man United, excuses, excuses, excuses. You've lost the game. But now you can appreciate, how difficult that probably would have been.
Because what was so they lost in that grey kit, and they lost, was it 6-3 as well? Was that the same? That was a separate game, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think, was that 3-0 or 3-something that game,
3-1?
wasn't it?
I think it was
3-1.
3-1. I think Beckham scored, yeah. And then
Yeah,
they lost
and then
6-3, and that was at the Dell as well, wasn't it?
yeah.
So
I mean,
it's a bit
I
of a
would
hard
probably
place.
It was. Yeah, I was just about to say, it looked
Yeah.
like a hard place to go. But if you look at that image you've got there on screen, I mean, it's all roofed, isn't it? Or is that the one nearest you? Is that
Yeah.
like...
Yeah. I always think how that stand, it just kind of grows. Have you seen how it starts just like in the corner?
Yeah. What I love about
What a-
looking at these aerial views though, of this stadium, mate, right, is that it's almost like, to look from the outside, it doesn't look like a football stadium.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It just looks like a wall.
shed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like built around a pitch.
Yeah.
But when you get closer, it's got so much nostalgic kind of like age to it. And
Yeah.
you just, honestly, it's awesome.
What I loved as well, Matt Letizia scoring the last goal at the Dell.
Yeah, that was against Arsenal, wasn't it? In
Arsenal,
the last
yeah.
game. Yeah, I mean, what a send off as well. Because
Yeah.
he retired after that, didn't he?
I don't know. Did he? I can't remember. I have to get him on.
I think we should.
Just asking that question. Would you pack
I
it
think
in
that
after
was. I think it was. But yeah, I mean, what a start, mate. Look at that.
Yeah, excellent. The Dell.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Okay, let's get on to your one. Highbury.
Highbury, Highbury, Highbury. Oh, for art thou Highbury. I mean, I would probably say it's one of my favourite stadiums of all time in the Premier League.
Yes.
Everything from the kind of the marble floor, the kind of the nostalgic statues, the entrance. I've been outside. I've never been in. I know my brother went to watch Arsenal in 95.
I was going to say, because you can still kind of, obviously they've got like apartments or something there now. But on the outside kind of still exists, doesn't it?
Yeah, so they've turned it into flats now, haven't they? But yeah, I can always remember my brother went in, I think it was 95, 96, or maybe 94, 95. But he went to watch them against Man City and Ipswich. And he came back and he was like talking about Stefan Schwartz and the kind of the hooped socks, the lightning bolt shorts. And but then obviously growing up with Highbury, so it was a cauldron of noise. Like, it was just such an atmosphere in there. It was incredible. And again, it's another stadium that you're so close to the pitch. I mean, so you've got here, so it was a 38,000 seater. So they moved to Highbury in 1913. Now, I could always remember, Jonesy, and I said this to you before, but watching some of the Arsenal VHS tapes over the years, when we spoke about the Makita trophy and things like that, I can always remember Vialli scoring like this beautiful, like, scissor kick against Arsenal, and Arsenal wearing the bruised banana. But you've got do you remember the mural behind one of the stands?
Sure do.
So again, that was brilliant. And I can remember Lee Dixon scoring one of the most horrendous own goals. And he lobbed David Seaman for what seemed about 60 yards.
It's one for the own goals and gaffs VHS, wasn't it?
Wasn't it just? But yeah, and then over time, it just became a real close pitch because Arsenal used it to their advantage, didn't they? Because a lot of people said Highbury was the hardest place to go. And, you've got like fans straight on the pitch. I mentioned to you guys before the Arsenal Screamer, which not many of you recognised, but if you go back into the archives, she exists.
I used to love a night game. A night game at Highbury.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there was something so different about it than other games.
Yeah.
Like a Monday night football, Highbury, and just like, close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It felt
very
good.
boxed
And the
in.
camera
It
angle
did.
was always good, wasn't it, from
Yeah,
Sky
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Highbury games.
yeah.
But even like getting older and watching when Champions League was on ITV and Arsenal were in the kind of early 2000s, late 90s and stuff, and you watched the games there and you had brilliant moments. I mean, how close was the tunnel as well?
Yeah,
Like you could
yeah.
fit literally one person down it. Like, but it was just, it was just proper football. The
I used to have the
dugout was so
scoreboard,
close. Yeah,
like the video. Yeah,
the scoreboard right in the corner, but like quite
yeah.
low down, wasn't it?
But there was so much character as well. And like, if you put the TV on, you instantly go Highbury.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that to me is a sign of a good football stadium is that you can identify it straight away.
yeah.
It was used in FA Cup, wasn't it? Because we did say that the semi-final between, was it Wimbledon and Chelsea?
Thank you very much, Desmond. I can only endorse what's been said about the pitch. I was here yesterday for Arsenal versus Leicester, and the magic carpet looks just as pristine now as it did then. Wonderful scene. And in one sense, Chelsea have already won this semi-final by 2-1. They have 20,000 fans welcoming the teams inside Highbury. Wimbledon in the red. Chelsea having sold all their full allocation of tickets.
The neutral grounds?
Because it used to be Villa Park, didn't it, as well as the other
Villa Park
neutral-
and Old Trafford, wasn't it?
Trafford. Yeah, yeah,
But I think because it was
Yeah.
two London clubs, they didn't want to send anyone up north or to Birmingham
yeah.
for
I
no
think you're
reason,
right.
did they?
Yeah, I think they did it. Yeah, spot on. Yeah,
And Liverpool, Portsmouth maybe was played there as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just, I mean, Arsenal now need to be in the Emirates, but you can't forget Highbury. I mean, can you recall any beautiful moments there, mate? You mentioned Letizia at the Dell. Is there any favourite moments at Highbury in a game?
the one where Seaman takes down Robbie Fowler and Fowler tells the referee it's not a penalty.
Yeah, I can remember that one. I can remember Ian Wright's challenge on Peter Schmeichel. Do you remember that one, the 2-foot lunge?
Oh yes,
Because that was when like Arsenal, Man United started to turn up the heat, didn't it?
yeah.
And then you've got obviously like Ian Wright pulling Reggie Blinker's hair in the Sheffield Wednesday game.
Ian Wright breaking the record as well. Was that at Highbury when he lifts up that
Yeah.
T-shirt? Just
the
done it?
179. Yeah. There was that one, and then there was obviously Bergkamp's first goal against Southampton. Yeah, some great moments.
Oh, I could talk forever about these.
You could.
Yeah,
You could.
Yeah,
Highbury.
Because
Long
yeah.
live Highbury.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go on I feel a bit sad about my going on a downer now. Next one. The Alfred McLaughlin Stadium, Huddersfield. All right, hear me out.
Okay.
Everyone's like, why have you picked Huddersfield Stadium? So this one opened in 1994 after 86 years at Leeds Road. And yeah, I've got here. I remember thinking this is the future stadium. Like on your stadium book you've got there, it's there. So
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so outdated now, doesn't it? But I remember going through the stadium books and just going, wow, this is different.
Yeah.
And what have I got here? It's renowned for its unique banana truss roof design.
The what? Trust?
Banana truss roof design. I don't know, mate. That's what they wrote.
I thought you said Banana Trust. I thought it sounded like a charity. I was like, Banana Trust Foundation. The hell's that?
But it was just like, it seemed, I mean, what have you got after this? You've got the Reebok, you got other stadiums that kind of took after this. It wasn't, I mean, going to the futuristic, obviously Millwall, I think opened the new Den 93, 94, and that was the first kind of all-seater stadium after the Taylor Report, I think. But this one, I just remember seeing in the football ground books and just being like, wow. I mean, it looks shit now. Sorry, Huddersfield fans, but...
I think though, like, because you're right. It's that was like the first kind of like oval kind of looking stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what I do like about this one, because if I'm right in looking at that image, hasn't it got like trees and stuff like in the gaps or in the background of this one?
Yeah. Stop people peeking.
Well, I just like the difference. Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
where stadiums are placed, there's two things for me, right? I love stadiums that are in special locations, you know, like Craven
Yeah.
Cottage is like on the Thames. Or you've got like, I don't know, like Nottingham Forest, Notts County, literally like a stone throw away from each other, or all of a sudden, like Goodison Park appears out of nowhere in the streets of Liverpool. Like, I love that kind of sentiment to a football stadium.
But this one, I remember when I was drawing my stadiums and saw this one. Oh, don't need the ruler.
Yeah.
Got to do kind of a
Just-
little.
yeah. Get your protractor out, go
Get the
around a
protractor
little
out with this
curve.
one, yeah. But I just remember thinking, wow, this is different to everything else in this book. And
So
I
when
guess,
did they
a lot of
move in there?
1994.
And do you know who Alfred McAlpine was? Was he the architect, the chairman?
I think so, yeah. I think so. He's made a few other stadiums as well, hasn't he?
Sounds a bit like a drink, doesn't it? Like a fancy
Yeah.
cocktail. I'll have the Alfred McAlpine,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, the pint of Alfred.
Pint of McAlpine.
But yeah, I just thought, yeah, it's not one of the best stadiums, but I just thought it was very futuristic for back then,
I see where you're going with this, Jonesy.
pushing the boundaries
Yeah.
compared to other stadiums.
At first, when I saw this, I was a little bit disappointed in your choice, but now I believe in you. I now know why.
Thank you. All right, your next one. Let's move it on. You are Loftus Road.
Loftus Road.
Look
Right.
at that gritty photo I put in there.
Yeah, I mean,
That. What have you got?
if you want to know what a football stadium looked like in the 90s for the Premier League, just show them a picture of Queen's Park Rangers, Loftus Road, as I'm flicking through my book right now to get you some stats. Please bear with me, everybody. So this is one of those stadiums, right, that I still want to go to because, guys, for those of you that don't know, you should, because if you're watching this podcast, you should be a football geek like us. Loftus Road still exists, right?
Yes.
So there have been some beautiful Premier League moments at Loftus Road. There have been some absolutely classic goals scored. I mean, one to mention is Trevor Sinclair with his bicycle overhead kick.
That against Barnsley, was it?
Man United, maybe?
No.
No?
I don't know. I think
It was a red team, wasn't it?
Yeah. FA Cup, I think.
But yeah, beautiful nonetheless. And an absolute classic of a football stadium. Again, another one of those sort of like box-shaped stadiums.
I was going to say boxy stadium, yeah, boxed in.
Which
Silhouettes
just
banging in the goals.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the players that played there, like we mentioned it briefly last week, obviously because of we had John on, obviously writing about the hoops through history, but you had Danny Dichio, Andy Impey, Kevin Gallen, Les Ferdinand, Trevor Sinclair.
Ugh.
Who else do you have? Oh, our good mate Peacock. He played for QPR, didn't he?
Peacock, yeah.
And obviously, this was a ground share at one point, but that was a little bit later on, wasn't it? Because I can remember Fulham playing their home games at Loftus Road for a while, which was really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of capacity, so it says here, and I don't know if this is factual, but it was 19,500. So I don't know if that's gone up. But just a beautiful stand. And they moved to the stadium in 1963.
It's still 18,439 capacity.
Oh, so they've reduced.
Yeah.
Wow. So was this an AstroTurf pitch at one point?
I think it was, yes. Was it when Terry Venables was manager, was it?
Possibly. It was like the Trefoil kind of Guinness kit, wasn't it? Maybe at that point.
I've got here known for having a very tight and intimidating and intimate atmosphere due to its design.
But this is what I talk about. So this for me, that's peak 90s Premier League, is the imposing closeness, the atmosphere. You know, like when you're taking a throw in, you have to sit on the sideboard and get pushed by a kid, like, or someone taunts you, like
sit on someone's lap.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if we were in today's game, Cantona wouldn't have kicked that Crystal Palace fan because he'd had to run over a running track, past security guards, just to try and get a kick in, but it wouldn't have happened. So I do know as well because I did a tour many years ago of the the Juventus Stadium in Turin, and they said that they based their idea of the Turin Stadium. I think it's the Allianz Arena, possibly. I don't know what it's called. Allianz Stadium, maybe. Might be changed now.
Yeah.
But they based their stadium on English stadiums because they wanted the atmosphere and everything to be closer.
Mm.
And what I still find really strange is, you know, when QPR had that huge influx of money, they got to the Premier League, they started buying all these players, they had Julio Cesar in goal, etc., etc. I always wondered why they never did anything for a stadium, why they always stayed at Loftus Road. And I kind of love that at the same time. Like, I wonder what those players thought. Like, you had Cesar playing at winning Champions Leagues in the San Siro, and then all of a sudden playing at Loftus Road.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. Like, that nostalgic touch to it. So Loftus Road
That's
does
brilliant.
have a special place in my heart, and I do want to go to a game.
I was going to say, you definitely need to go and visit the stadium, mate.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah. Excellent. Cool. Get on to my next one. Springfield Park. Wigan Athletic, mate. Look at that picture.
Right. So you join us at greyhoundtv.com, where Jonesy has picked a
This
race
is another
prep.
one, right? Where you used to watch Grenada Goals Extra, Elton's Wellesby, and they used to show a Wigan game, and you'd be like, look at the grass bank.
Yeah.
And it was just so, yeah. I don't know. I always just like this stadium as well. So this one was from 1932 to 1999.
Wow.
This one. Yeah. Capacity of
99.
7,400. Yeah, when they left to go to JJB. So 1995, Dave Whelan took over with the intention to relocate Wigan and have them play in Premiership football within 10 years. Did it right, didn't he?
Didn't he just?
There you go. So he started to improve the facilities at Springfield Park just before, obviously they left. But what I've so what I found was that, so the last final league game at Springfield Park was against Chesterfield. So Wigan won the game. 5,000, nearly 6,000 capacity. Patrick McGibbon. There you go. Where's my glasses? Funky Gibbon. So he scored the last goal in the ground. He scored the last goal in 66 minutes. But the final, so that was in the league game, but the final game at the ground came a week later, where Wigan finished sixth in the league, took on Manchester City in the first leg of the Division 2 playoffs. So the Wigan goal scored by Stuart Barlow after 19 seconds, which ended up being the quickest goal ever scored at the ground.
Son of Deirdre and Ken. Congratulations.
That's it. So Man City won the game. There you go.
Is that must be the year that Man City got promoted at Wembley then with Nicky Reaver?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So this is so the last goal at the stadium is scored by Paul Dickoff in the 77th minute. 2 days later, Wigan manager Ray Mathias paid the price as he was sacked. And here's the sad part, right? So before the stadium was kind of closed down, 5 amateur finals were scheduled to be played before the gates were closed for the last time. But the pitch was destroyed directly after the final whistle against City, with fans hoping for a memento, but it doesn't end there. The ground, the stand, and the pitch were further destroyed by vandals, forcing staff into temporary accommodation, and plans for a closing party abandoned as well. So there you go.
Not being funny though, mate, but there wasn't much to dismantle by the looks of the picture. I mean, if you wanted to take grass from Springfield Park, you could take it from under your bum, surely, because there's a seated area there, right?
So that was, so it was destroyed. And then on the 24th of May, 1999, vandals broke into the souvenir shop and started a fire, which destroyed the Phoenix stand and just put a kind of end to any further use.
Wigan. How disappointing is that?
So the fans just smashed and set fire to the stadium.
Oh, I don't like that.
And then he moved into a nice, freshly JJB.
Was that like out of protest of leaving Springfield Park, or just bored and nothing to do?
I guess bored, yeah. Don't know.
Pop down Wigan for a balm cake.
But yeah, I just thought that's so
Bloody hell.
sad. So many memories in that. So not probably good memories because they're in Division 3 and 2, but
Mm,
you've got people going to the game in the early 30s, and then there's still
yeah.
like 90s are still going, and you're like, and then people
So
just set fire to the stadium.
talk me through this stadium that I'm looking at here, because it's bloody horrendous to look at from an aerial view. But, right.
Here we go. I got
So,
another picture for you. Here you go. Look.
oh, oh, that looks better.
There
That
you
looks
go. Look at that.
better.
Widescreen,
Okay.
mate.
Do you know
What a-
what, right? How good are
Go on.
those like bars that you stand on, you lean on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I missed those. I can still remember like holding on and swinging on those as a kid.
And if you've seen that at their left there, they got that big stand as well.
Yeah.
You'd feel lucky to sit in there, wouldn't you?
And also, do you miss those floodlights like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like the kind of electric pylons?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh.
good.
How on earth did they ever light a pitch looking like that, though?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
But I know what you mean. I mean, it's not much to look at, but from that story and what I used to watch on Granada Goals Extra as well, I just thought, Wigan with that rusted ground. But yeah, there you go. A bit of a story there. Cool.
Love
Moving
that.
on to your next one. Excellent. Okay, we're going to Main Road.
Main Road.
Whoa.
Main Road. The Kippax. Yeah.
Oh.
Beautiful. So obviously my partner's family are all Man City fans. So in terms of the nostalgic element to them, I'm using this word a lot because it does mean a lot of nostalgia to me. But obviously they mentioned about going to like Nicola's dad used to go to Main Road with his dad, and they all used to pile in the car, and they always used to
Nice.
pay kids like round the streets to look after the car for them and stuff in the kind of the 80s. They used to pay them a $5 or whatever it was to look after the car, and then they'd have like the refreshment stands and stuff and the burger vans, and it's all of that like approach in a game is the atmosphere. It's the smell of the burger van, it's buying the program off of a guy and him going in his back pocket and getting your change. No card machine. You went there with £3, and it's just all of that kind of feeling of going to a match and pushing your way through the turnstiles and hearing that heavy creak of metal when you go in the turnstiles. You have your ticket stub ripped. It's just so cool to sort of even experience that. And what I love about Main Road, and I said this to you before we started recording, didn't I? That my knowledge of Main Road was almost like, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way at all to any Man City fan, but the pitch always seemed dirty.
Yes.
Didn't it? Like it always
did,
been
yeah.
grey, wet, like there were the big patches on the pitch, like sand everywhere. There wasn't this pristine Etihad arena,
No.
And what I also love about this from looking at this picture was the huge gap on the side of I think that's the Kippax side there, possibly.
Yeah.
But the big gap in the stand, because you could see houses through it. Like, it's so cool, isn't it? And the fact that stands are higher than the other, there's no like symmetry to it. It's just
everything's
like
so different, isn't it?
Yeah, it just like one massive stand and then the 3 lower ones. But there were some cracking moments. I mean, you had King Clancy on his run, the famous Man City relegation saga where they thought they were safe and then Niall Quinn comes sprinting out the changing room. Some cracking own goals.
The first Monday Night Football against QPR.
Was that the first Monday Night Football there?
Yeah, Main Road, yeah.
Oh, see, I feel all warm inside knowing that now.
Who sang that? Who was the singer? We put it on one of the episodes, didn't we? Have to have a look. But then like he's singing and it just kind of zooms out. And you just see like a little bit, and you see the whole stadium.
It's Monday night. That means football on your premier sports channel, Sky Sports. Manchester City and Queen's Park Rangers, the second half coming up live.
Monday night football at Main Road.
Yeah.
I've also got great memories of Sheffield Wednesday playing there in their beautiful black kit with yellow pinstripes. Chris Bart Williams, Jamie Pollock's horrendous own goal. Do you remember that one where he like chests it down and like heads it over the goalkeeper from like 20 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you go into the early 2000s when Man City kind of crept back into the Premier League and Sean Goater scoring against Barthez, it's just like the Man City Stadium now is famous for being soulless, isn't it? Because, it's
What
not
did
the
they call it?
atmosphere.
The empty hat or something? What do they call it?
Oh, the empty that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, just looking at that main road now, and I mean, that is smack bang in the middle of like a residential area, like
Yeah.
high streets. I love thinking that people literally step out their front door, walk 2 minutes over the road, and they've got Premier League football on their doorstep.
Oh,
Or at night games, the floodlights are beaming in through their front window. Like, I just
yeah.
love thinking of that. Do you have any memories of Main Road?
Yeah, just the ones you mentioned as well. Just, yeah. Obviously, back then, United having all the glory and City struggling and stuff, but yeah.
You like Paul
Probably
Walsh, didn't you?
Paul Walsh, Uwe Rosler, yeah. Didn't they beat Spurs? Was it 5-2 or something like that?
Yeah, it was a big one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Main Road hosted the FA Cup semi-final, didn't it, between Oldham and Man United? Is that right?
I have to go back. Yeah, could be. Yeah.
I think it did in 1991, maybe, or 91,
Yeah.
92.
But that stadium sold so much. I mean, they got down to Division 2 in that stadium.
Yeah. I mean,
The fans sold
that's the hell of an away day, isn't it? If you're in Division 2 going to Main Road. You'd want to, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I remember they had Reading in the FA Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup. And I remember watching Man City at Elm Park. And then I thought, wow, they've got a second leg at Main Road. Like, that's incredible. Reading are going to Manchester. Like, but looking at it now, I mean, it's a beautiful stadium still. I regard that as a beautiful Premier League stadium, that.
Yeah, I like it. Good pick. Excellent.
Thanks, mate.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Feel bad for my one now. So we go from what were you saying, having a stadium right on your doorstep. Whoa. Yeah. How about, for my next pick, how about having a stadium and a supermarket right next to your doorstep? Burnden Park, Bolton. Right. So this is another one where I used to watch Granada Goals Extra, and you'd see in the background. Here's from this other picture of
Oh my God!
playing, and you've got the supermarket on the back there, right?
I did not know this.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I love this one because I used to watch it, and you'd be like, a superstore. What was it? Normid, because they used to have it on the shirts.
Oh, of course they did, didn't they?
Yeah, but there's a story behind it as well. It's long-winded, but I'll go through it, all right? Just doing some research. So this is for Bolton. So as the team plummeted from the 1st to the 4th division in 7 years, the average gates fell from 23,000 in 1978 to below 5,000 by 1987. Wow. So straddled with a 1st division wage structure, decaying ground and mounting safety bills, Bolton's overdraft rose towards the 1 million mark. Anyhow, Bolton had to raise the cash to fend off the banks. They sold their training ground, sold the best and highest paid players, and then they started planning the redevelopment of the railway end. So there's several examples of how the clubs have profited from selling portions of their ground for non-spectator use, as Brentford, South End, and Crystal Palace, for example. So what Bolton had to do, they sold part of their railway end to a supermarket chain, which in turn would erect a narrow stand in front of the building, as it was apparently happened at Hull as well.
Well, that makes sense to me now, because I'm just going to say about Selhurst Park. I think, don't they have a Sainsbury's or something?
Yeah. So to prepare for the development, Bolton applied for a derelict land grant worth 230,000 towards the 274,000 cost of clearing the railway land and removing 2 rusting iron bridges over the Manchester Road. So the condition of the grant was if any commercial development took the place of the reclaimed land, the grant would have to be repaid from the proceeds, hence the maximum return. So the supermarket, which ended up taking part, would have to be built on the terrace. And so not on the kind of reclaimed land behind. So this was a dismal enough prospect, but by the time the grant was confirmed 2 years later, Bolton went in a weaker position. So weak that the railway end had to be closed completely due to the crowds going between part of 3,000. So you think they've gone from 23,000 to now 3,000. So with the bank still pressing and no sugar daddy waiting in the wings, who will now blame Bolton's directors for the shape and form of the
Eddie's Jonesy's words?
of the Normid superstore eventually built in 1986. Faced with an offer, your terrace or your life, they took the money, the sum of 750,000, which was thought to have wiped out the club's overdraft. So the famous embankment with the haunting memories of 1946, because they had a disaster there in 1946.
Mm-hmm.
So, and its familiar exposed sweep was not so much cut down as sliced in half, as you can see in the picture there. That stand is cut in half.
Needs must, mate, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about keeping a football club, bring in the superstore,
Yeah. So down the middle. So literally down the middle, it was taken down. So even worse, the design of the superstore presented a windowless blank wall to the interior ground without even the presence of a small stand or viewing area. So the club were in no position to make demands. They just had to put up with a back of a supermarket wall to their stadium.
Now, if I was Normid, I would, that's not a person, but if I was the company, I would have put a staff canteen window there.
Oh, imagine that.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I time my lunches every day.
How many people do you reckon watch the match and then pop in just for their grocery shopping?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, mum drops you off, you go watch a game at Bolton, she does the weekly shop for 2 hours. Like,
that's just
unbelievable.
That's fascinating. So half the stand got cut in half.
So was that the away end then?
I think so.
Because that's the great use of it.
And they've just built a supermarket on the back of it.
Can you think if that was the away end with crowd trouble? If anyone wanted to get to you, they'd have to run around a supermarket to get to the other side.
I just thought that was fascinating how that... I mean,
pass the fruit and veg.
The supermarket ended up saving the club.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for that, mate. You think about where Bolton are now and where they were at that point.
Yeah.
Because they had such a meteoric rise, didn't they, as a club? That was the ground before the Reebok then. There wasn't one in between, right?
No, that was Burnham Park, yeah.
So I remember seeing the kind of Carlton Sport, the Coca-Cola Cup. Yeah. Because I think they absolutely walloped Tottenham in 96, 95, 96. Because John Sheridan was playing for Bolton at the time. You had McGinley, Patalainen,
They had a cracking... I love that 94-95 season when they got I mean, obviously they beat Reading.
Yeah, and like that was the game against Wolves, wasn't it, in the playoffs before? Yeah, because there was a big fight between Steve Bull and maybe someone else. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that was a Premier League ground then, the 95-96.
96 before they moved to Reebok. Yeah.
You often forget that though, don't you? Because you assume that when Bolton come up, they come up into the Reebok, but they didn't, did they? Because they had like Nathan Blake, and because that wasn't, I think that was the season that Bruce Rioch went to Arsenal, wasn't it, and left Colin Todd in charge. Is that right?
Colin Todd, and I just thought it was fascinating. Yeah, as I said, another one you used to watch on ITV, Granada, and then you just see that supermarket, the back of a supermarket, and you just like,
I didn't know. That's one of those light bulb moments for me. Of now knowing it's Normid on the sponsor as well as the supermarket. I love that.
Yeah. I just remember seeing an Alan Thompson goal and all I could kind of focus on was just a brick wall, and you're just like, wow. And then you dig into it and find the story and you're like, okay, I can see desperate times.
McAteer does well. That's going to fall to Thompson, who hits it first time. That's a great goal from Alan Thompson. A super strike from the Geordie. Well, that was class from Alan Thompson. A superb goal. Bolton Wanderers 1, Southend United 0.
But you're absolutely right. Desperate times. But then it went to Jason McAteer. Owen Coyle, Alan Stubbs,
Yeah.
McGinley, Fabian De Freitas,
Yeah.
like Keith Brannigan in goal. Like,
They had a cracking team. I loved
didn't
Bolton in the
they?
90s, yeah.
Can you imagine hitting a wayward shot though and it whacking the side of that supermarket and then coming back like almost immediately? Like, I bet that happened. That's my
Okay.
favourite pick of yours there, Jonesy.
Yeah, I just always thought it's just a bit of a different one, isn't it?
You've
All right,
redeemed
cool.
yourself from the McAlpine.
What's wrong with a big elephant?
What's
All
right
right.
about it?
I know. Okay, let's go to your one now, mate. We've got
The
Filbert
Filbs.
Street, the Filbs.
Let me take it down to Filbert Street. Like,
What have you got to say about Filbert, mate?
Filbert Street to me, right? So they moved there in 1891.
Yeah.
Right. Now, my memories of Filbert Street probably are based around two things. The Beckham free kick when he was obviously receiving pelters for France 98 because he shaved his head synonymously before this game against
Yeah.
Leicester. But the thing that sticks with me most is Dennis Bergkamp. Now, the hat trick at Filbert Street.
Yes.
So I remember vividly, and this is where my mind goes, right? Now, do you remember when Bergkamp scored the goal where he took it down, he brought it back on himself and took it round Matt Elliott?
Yeah.
And then he curled it past Ian, was it Casey Keller or Ian Walker?
I think Casey, was it Casey Keller? I think Casey Keller. Wasn't it? Yeah.
But like the goals were so tight that there was like a ripple in the corner. And I love the goals at Filbert Street because they're the classic ones of, you know, where the net just goes straight down at the back. There's no like Italian 90 poles or anything like that. And
nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. Bergkamp puts it in the stanchion in one of them, doesn't he? I mean, come on.
Stanchion,
like,
yeah.
do you need anything better in a football game than Dennis Bergkamp curling one into a stanchion? I mean, that's pure ecstasy to see.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I can remember if you look at the layout of what you've got there, I can always remember the majority of the away end was this side, wasn't it? The lower side of the stand.
Yeah.
Because obviously when Leicester got promoted in 94, 95, maybe, I can remember or maybe 93, 94, was it?
Yeah. I think so,
I can remember Newcastle playing their first away game against them there and destroying them, but some great memories. I mean, you had like Walsh, Elliott, Impey, Guppy, Lennon, Savage.
Guppy just running down the wing there, crossing it in.
Yeah.
The assist king.
Do you remember the FA Cup game? Laurie Sanchez was sent off, wasn't he? And he was down the tunnel. Or was it Roy Essando for Wycombe Wanderers scoring that header? Do you remember that?
Jeez. No.
So he scored this so Wycombe Wanderers were wearing like this white and red checkered, like quartered, like Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
And he scored a header because Laurie Sanchez got sent off. I don't know what for, I can't remember, but it was a really close game. I think it was like a 3-2 thriller. But I remember it was all over Match of the Day. And I can always remember pictures of like this sodden Laurie Sanchez, like absolutely soaked in his rain mat with wet hair. And you see him down the tunnel and he's watching the game on the TV and he's doing this, like running back down the tunnel when he scores. And like Filbert Street just had so many cool things. Because I think another one for me was the old Alan Shearer on Neil Lennon at Filbert Street.
Kicked him in the face.
Yeah, he got banned, didn't he? Because did he miss the final for that?
I can't remember. I remember he got away with it in the game, though, didn't he?
Or did he got away with it, didn't he? But Filbert Street, I mean, just a forgotten gem, I'd say. Wasn't the best looking stadium, but
no.
There you go.
Another one that's gone now, yeah?
Yeah. Thanks to the crisps.
Yeah.
Walkers.
All right. All right, cool. I'm going to finish up on mine with Wembley Stadium.
Jonesy, you can't pick Wembley Stadium because this has got so many memories. This is cheating.
No, it's just it would FA Cup final day, the helicopter, Wembley
Yeah.
down there, following the coaches from
Mm.
the hotel to the stadium. This had the aura about it.
Wembley Stadium has been the setting for so many great sporting occasions. They call it the venue of legends. In a few hours, it'll be full to capacity for the latest chapter in the history of the FA Cup. And the whole footballing world will be joining us to see what happens when Everton take on Manchester United.
It's
The Twin Towers with the flags.
the Twin Towers, yeah. My favourite one, SummerSlam '92, Wembley Stadium.
Don't. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so many memories, happy memories. Liverpool beating Bolton in the Coca-Cola Cup final, 95.
Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Chris Waddle.
Eric
I just showed you the
Cantona.
picture, didn't I?
Eric Cantona scoring against Liverpool, breaking my heart in 96.
Oh, that was a boring final, though, wasn't it?
Oh, shit, wasn't it?
Euro 96.
Euro 96. There's so many memories. Like, does the new Wembley have the same?
No.
Same kind of.
Do you know what? So I'll let you carry on in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I think the old Wembley is not a patch on the new one. I've been to the new one, very fortunately, to watch games. Unfortunately, I've never been able to see a game at Wembley Stadium because stupid Woody passed up on a ticket to go and watch Reading versus Bolton in the playoff final.
Oh, no.
But I can always remember going in the summer. I was part of a Coca-Cola soccer skills thing for my local area.
Ooh,
and me and my brother, we had, do you remember Coca-Cola having the football gear? Like, I had this drill top, right? And it was diagonal. It was red and black with like the Coca-Cola emblem on it.
Yeah.
And I can always remember going there on a minibus, right? And it was during the middle of the summer holidays. There was no football on, but they put the stadium noise on for us on this loop. And we walked out the tunnel. And it was like FA Cup final day. And I can remember how massive that stadium was because there was such a long walk from the tunnel to the pitch, wasn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just so wish that stadium still existed. So I think it's probably one of the most beautiful national stadiums.
It's special, wasn't it? I mean, I've got some information from 98. So in 1998, it was confirmed that Wembley had been selected for redevelopment for football and rugby league. So the work will entail the rebuilding virtually of the entire stadium with only the Twin Towers surviving. Who changed that?
Yeah, that's mental.
That was when they smashed those Twin Towers down, they could have kept them up. They could have done something.
Yeah. I think they should have kept something of the old Wembley, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
But they had so much there, didn't they? I mean, do you remember like the running races they used to have there?
Yeah.
Like the fastest footballers and
what else? They have Live Aid.
Live Aid, yeah. I mean,
I used-
concerts were incredible there, weren't they?
I used to like the Coca-Cola scoreboard in the background. You'd see the Coca-Cola
Beautiful.
sign. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the little
beautiful.
things. Yeah. So it's a shame I never got to go and visit it. But,
Yeah, I
rush
think
to go
that's
and
the
see
big football
the new
regret.
one.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned at the beginning, didn't we? One of those kind of what could have been. I wish I would have seen a game at Wembley. Guys, if you're listening or you're watching this, if you've got any memories of Wembley Stadium specifically, we want to know. Because I've spoken to a few Wednesday fans that were obviously very fortunate to go with the Sheffield Wednesday games against Arsenal and the Coca-Cola and the FA Cup. But Jonesy, yeah, what a way to finish. I mean, I could go on forever talking about old Wembley, I think.
I know. All right. Well, let's talk about the team that lost at Wembley, and let's go back to your last one, Elm Park.
Elm Park.
Now, this is one you used to go to, wasn't it? So you've got some stories about this one, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go to quite a lot of games at Elm Park, and this was like a beautiful memory for me because we used to park quite away from the ground and walk down the streets, and there'd be a newsagent you'd go to, and you'd get your paper bag full of sweets, stuff them in your pocket. You'd get your program. There'd be hot dogs, and then you'd be like a stand-in football stadium, while three quarters were. And the games you'd see there, I mean, I was very fortunate to see some very big games there. We're talking Tottenham, West Ham, Man United in the FA Cup third round. You had Genoa in a friendly, Sheffield Wednesday in a friendly. Like, there were some brilliant games. And I had, because obviously I was in the Reading Academy at the time we were at Elm Park. And we used to do penalty tournaments at half time here. So they used to have like penalty shootout competitions. And we did that with our local team. And I can always remember scoring at Elm Park, but they didn't actually use our goals. We had like those samba goals on the pitch. So you never actually got to score in Reading. Because again, Reading's goals were very similar to like Selhurst Park. So it was almost like a blue pipe, like a hexagonal kind of frame to the goal. And I always loved Reading's goals. I was such a nerd like that. I always used to try and recreate it when I played Sabutio. I used to make the goals. But I can always remember doing a tour of the pitch at half time with the academy. So we all had our kit on and we had to walk around Elm Park waving. And the guy on the tannoy was like, the academy teams are out today. And all the Reading fans were clapping. And then you walk past and you walk past Port Vale and they were spitting and doing like two fingers up at you. And it was it was so cool. But you look at the image there, mate. I mean, the away end there was no roof. So
there's a lot of stadiums like that, wasn't there?
Well, two sides of Reading were no roof. So when it rained, you would see umbrellas in the stands, and like there was pitch invasions when Reading got promoted in '93. It's just so many good memories about Elm Park. It's another one of those stadiums that I'm very lucky to have been to walk around, to see the changing rooms. It was such a traditional, like very similar to Highbury, you know. But again, great players, great players. Really enjoyed that one.
So did you go to the stadium? Was it the Majeski Stadium?
Yeah, so it's called the Select Car Leasing Stadium now, isn't it? But it was the Medeski. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Did you go? Have you been to watch games there?
Yeah, I had a season ticket there one season.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few like Premier League games and Championship games there. Again, at the time, very similar to what you said about the McAlpine Stadium, is that it's that futuristic element. And you go from something like Elm Park to the Medeski, because I still call it the Medeski. You're kind of like, whoa, this is so futuristic. Like,
wow,
all of the seats are intact and there's no gap in the stands. And, and it seems like it was a nice stadium at the time, but it's not a patch on. Because I've been to Griffin Park, Brentford Stadium, and I've been to the G-Tech, right? The G-Tech Community Stadium now for Brentford is a nice stadium. It's looked after, it's nice, it's quite fancy, it's a nice stand.
Yeah.
But I've been fortunate enough to stand in Griffin Park in the like the home end, and you're like on the barriers, like I don't think you can put a price on that, standing and watching the football, like shoulder to shoulder and singing and like squashed in. And, it's something different about that.
Yeah.
I prefer that football all day long.
Brilliant. No, it was good. Excellent.
Elm Park.
Eh? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get out of here and we'll discuss some more memory.
Are there any ones you've forgotten, Jamesy, or ones you want to give an honourable mention to?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a list here. I've got Roker Park, baseball
Roker
ground.
Park.
Park.
Roker Park was Sunderland, wasn't it?
Sunderland, yeah.
Again, another classic Burkamp goal there, wasn't it? That's the celebration. We put his hand over his mouth.
Yeah, because it just seemed to be like 90s, mid-90s. So you obviously Middlesbrough Riverside Stadium opening, Stadium of Light for Sunderland, Pride Park opened in 97.
The Riverside, Pride Park.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just seemed to be 90s. There was just like a burst of new stadiums coming apart, wasn't there? Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the Euro 96 stadiums were chosen wisely?
Oh, what was it? There was Anfield, wasn't there? Villa Park,
Old Trafford,
Old Trafford, Ellen
Villa
Road?
Park. Ellen Road was used, wasn't it? Yeah, because it was used in the Umbro Cup, wasn't it? Hillsborough.
City Ground, was that used?
I don't know if the City
Ooh,
Ground
let's
was.
go and
What were
have
the
a look.
ones? So Wembley was used, wasn't it? Obviously with England. You had
Let's have a look.
Villa Park, because that was like Holland and Scotland. There's got to be another one, surely. Was St James's Park used?
It was, yeah. So it was Wembley Stadium, Old Trafford, Anfield, Villa Park, Ellen Road, Hillsborough, City Ground, St James Park.
City Ground was used.
It was, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, that's when the goals started to change, though, wasn't it? Because do you remember, like, Hillsborough got the Italian goals after '96?
Yeah.
Because we had the classic,
stadiums look so good. I mean, that was, don't know you and I how it was presented, but it just looks so good on TV, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you like, if you look at the World Cup in Qatar and all of these manufactured massive stadiums now that have got no soul to them, like, I would so much rather see a tournament based in grounds like, like England and St James's Park. And I'm so glad that some teams are still hanging on to these classic grounds like Stamford Bridge. I think it was a shame to see Goodison Park go, if I'm honest, because that was always a fortress at times.
That's for the women's team now, isn't it? But
yes, well remembered, yeah.
Yeah. Going on for Stamford Bridge, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke about this before. Memories of Stamford Bridge, early 90s, mate? This is Premier League. It's a Premier League. It's a new flash league, all fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me play this clip, mate, and let's discuss what's going on at Stamford Bridge. Pick out what you see.
When he touched the ball forward and found Little John quick off the mark again, sliding the ball across the goal for Brian Dean to score.
What do you see? So that was Sheffield United against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the 1992-93 season. Thoughts, mate? What do you see? I'm not talking about the goal. Yeah, the keeper screwed up, but we're talking about what's happening outside the goal.
Yeah, I've noticed cars, Jonesy, and that's what I love about this.
Yeah. And just people hanging around as well.
Yeah.
People just sat there. There's cars parked just behind the goal. Do you reckon there's anyone sat in the car watching the game?
Well,
Radio
that's
on,
what I was going to ask. Yeah, can you imagine that? Like sitting in your car watching the football. I mean, I'm sure people do that Sunday league, but it was quite a big thing, wasn't it? Because the stadium didn't it have a massive like sand bit around it at one point with loads of cars.
I've got a picture of it.
Look at that.
There you go. And it's got big keep off the pitch signs, and you got cars just parked up near the stand.
So, guys, if any of you are Chelsea fans or have been to Stamford Bridge at this particular era, because I've been to Stamford Bridge a few times in the early 2000s, but not this one. So, what was that bit used for? Was it players? Were they able to park there, or was it a disabled access? Yeah, it was Ken Bates. I don't think he parked his. Yeah, I don't think he parked there, would he?
It's fascinating.
Dimitri Karine weren't that good.
The players just finish and then just jump in the car, jump over the advertising boards and just jump in the car and drive off. See you later.
But again,
I'd love to know. Yeah.
The goals at Stamford Bridge were good though, weren't they?
Yeah.
A bit of the white background, like the pipe again to the background. I nerd out over goals. I don't know why something like goals get
Premier League, and like you've got so many stadiums, obviously because of the Taylor report, people they had to improve the grounds all season and stuff like that. So half of the grounds in early Premier League are just all under reconstruction, aren't they?
Yeah. They were too scared to have people in, weren't they? Really?
Yeah. Sorry, but I always laugh at that Chelsea one because I just want to know if any Chelsea fans, whose cars were they?
I wonder if any car alarm went off, like beep beep.
At Chelsea fans, did you park your car there? If you parked your car there, did you have to pay?
Yeah. Oh, again, like I'm glad they've still got that now, but can you imagine today's Chelsea playing on that? This is why I love 90s football so much, is because you just can't beat that.
Yeah.
Parking a
Yeah.
car behind a Premier League football stadium, like, and a pitch is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What other ones have I not? Like, I'm not given a mention to White Hart Lane.
Yeah. Another.
Again, that was another ground. I mean, it was good to get a win there, White Hart Lane. It wasn't the best of stadiums, but it had good
Yeah.
memories attached to it.
I think we had
Yeah.
when we had Gareth on as well when he was talking about Football League, Brighton went through his
Brighton,
experiences as well, didn't he?
yeah.
The
Ninian
stadiums
Park.
there. Yeah, Ninian Park as well. So yeah, so many.
I mean, Sheffield Wednesday, I mean, I'm very lucky to still go to Hillsborough. I mean, I still
Yeah, Hillsborough.
feel
Yeah.
I still feel like it's a 90s football ground when I go
Yep.
there. Because you can see like all of the previous like writing and stuff that'd been scrubbed off the top of the roof, and you know, the corners of the stands, there's still gaps, and there's a stand at Hillsborough that's still not under the roof, and that's where old
Yeah.
Tango stands. So he sits there.
Still
But
graffiti
brilliant.
everywhere. Steve was here.
Yeah, I mean, God. Where the hell did you pull that one out? Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I like football, you know, evolving and stuff, but I just think certain things shouldn't change.
No, traditionalists, aren't we? Tradition.
Yeah, a real tradition. And I think
Yeah.
it'll be a shame when Old Trafford goes.
Yeah.
I love Anfield still
Yeah.
being there, you know?
Oh, I went to Anfield, when I was last in the UK. A few years ago, I went to the tour. Brilliant stadium. And that was one of those ones when I walked up and I was just like, wow. Because you think of all
Yeah,
the memories and things like
yeah,
that as well. And I
absolutely.
loved that with Anfield as well. They had like the old cop. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like they kept the tradition
Beautiful.
alive there. Yeah.
This has
Oh,
been a real trip down memory lane, Jonesy, hasn't it?
hasn't it just?
I feel like a kid again after talking about football stadiums. I don't know what it is, but you're right to draw them, mate, because I do love football stadiums.
I'm looking for where's my ruler? I'm going to draw some stadiums.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Excellent. Yeah,
guys,
enjoy that one, mate.
We want to hear what your favourite football stadium is. We also want to hear what your worst one is. If you've got any bad experiences within reason of going to a football stadium and going, do you know what, this is not what I thought it was. It's a dump, or, you know, or a particular game that you regret going to. We want to hear it because I think this is what makes 90s football and what made English football so beautiful in that decade.
Agreed, mate. I agree. Excellent. Cool. Can we done?
Thanks for that, mate.
Oh, no worries. Where can we find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at WoodyW1988 or our podcast page, Jonesy, at that 90s Premier League podcast.
Yeah,
what about you?
To 1,000.
Well, that'd be nice.
Followers, mate. Yeah, football.jonesy on the Insta. Yeah, as I said, DM us. Yep. Let us know what you think of the pod. Share the pod. Tell everyone about the pod.
Yeah, keep those comments going.
Pod.
Yeah, exactly. Pod.
Excellent. All right. Do you want to see us out, mate?
Yeah, guys, thanks for taking a trip down memory lane, and we hope you still have your ticket stubs. Enjoy watching or listening, and we look forward to speaking to you again next week. Take it easy.
Bye.